Hey everyone, it's Marina. I'm here to do a journal share with you. This is a journal that I made using a different technique than I usually do. I wanted to use clay and see how that worked out. So I used some polymer clay for the cover, and I had no clue what I was doing, so it kind of just turned out like, whoa. I actually sculpted the polymer clay. It's a book cover, so let me start over. I took a book, I gutted it, and then I used it for my cover. And what I did was, while it was just, after it was gutted and everything, I kind of started molding the clay on here how I wanted it. And I had a completely different design than this, but when I got downstairs and I looked at it, I didn't like it. And before I put it in the oven, I kind of just went crazy on the cover and then put it in the oven. So you bake this at such a low temperature that I just put the book in there with it, because I had tried to peel it off after I had done everything I wanted to do on it, and it broke. And it started to, do weird stuff that it's not supposed to do. So I just put the whole book in the oven. And so after it was done baking, I baked it for 30 minutes, and I took it out, and it came right off, no problem. So I put my paper on here. After I took this off, I put it aside, and I put my paper on here how I wanted it, and basically I was doing a regular book cover, except for I put my page, like this page, I put over the spine, which I usually don't do. I usually don't do that most of the time, but I did that for this one because I wanted it to be showing through these parts and down here. So this is a piece of craft cardstock, and I just distressed it. I distressed it a lot. And I used Timekeeper and a few other paper collections from Marion Smith that I got in her mystery box, which I've been doing lately. I wanted to use some of the pages that I got from a mystery box. And some Graphic 45. And I just put some ink gold on the edges. And excuse me, sorry. Let's see, what am I going to do here? Where do I start with this? Okay, so once this was aside and I got the cover how I wanted it, I went ahead and painted this. I painted this and with acrylic paint, and I used folk art acrylic paint, and I just picked a color and painted it, and then after the paint had dried, I glued it on here, and I distressed it. Then I added ink of gold, and at the end I added this patina, which the blue shades in here are patina from when I did this one. So some of these gears, or some of the metal here, is the rusted metal that I made. And if you want to know how I rusted my metal, I will go ahead and have a link in the description box below, and you can see how I rusted it. I'll actually put things to know about rusting metal the way I did it, things to know about the way I did it, and how to rust metal in case you want to do it. So watch both videos before you do it, unless you've already done your own rusting. So I stacked a lot of metal pieces, and I vintaged this bee. I rusted him, and he came out and he was like super foamy. He looked like he was covered in foam. So I was like, what's that going to look like when it dries? And when it dried, it looked like fur. Like it looked like there's like this fuzz around him. You know how bees get that, like they have that fuzz on them? And I loved it, so I left it on there. And I just put some vintage over it and then some ink of gold, and I buffed it. So, let's see. I added the chains. The chains weren't there before, and it was an idea from one of the ladies on Facebook, Junk Journal Junkies group. She gave me the idea to go. She said she would have added chains. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll have to do that. So I need to take pictures of this and post it on Facebook and tell her thank you. And if you're watching, thank you very much for the idea. I actually really like how it turned out, because I was like, oh, it feels like it's not done. But I didn't know what else to add, and I didn't want to add any flowers. I thought that, yeah. Okay, so what I did was, I don't know if you'll notice certain parts look like waxy, or like there's water, I let glue dry there or something. I actually used embossing enamel, and I took a a makeup sponge, and I dipped it in what do you call that stuff? What do you call that stuff, you guys? The stuff you use for embossing. You know that, okay, anyway, I dipped it in there and I kind of just smudged it around in certain areas, and I put the enamel on and I melted it, and I wanted it to look waxy because of the bee and all that. So yeah, that's what happened there. Am I missing anything? I just want to make sure I covered everything. I think so. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm in frame. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it and show you. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, yes, the cover is a little bit heavier. I mean, it's clay, so the clay was originally white when I started. I have no idea. I had no idea what I was doing, but I did learn a lot. I certainly learned a lot, so that was fun. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show you guys the journal. I hope you guys enjoy it. So this library pocket was gifted to me, and I distressed it, and then I put these in here. These are from Marion Smith's collection, along with this one, and that up there, and this. They're all just random collections. I have some cutout ephemera in here. I love that page, it's pretty. And I made a pocket with a tag and some more paper ephemera. And I have little pieces in here. There's a tag in there. And there's a belly band, and I just have some paper in there with a tag. And there's tabs all along the side. And this is a Tim Holtz clip. And I got this from the paper collection, and it actually had these lines in it, you know, as part of the print. And I was like, oh, I'll just make that, I'll just fold that like that. So I kept folding it. I folded it I folded it on the lines a few times, and then I distressed it. And I really like it. It turned out really cool. Another pocket here. And here is a belly band as well as a tuck spot. And then some ephemera and a tag, one of my large tags. Love these large tags. And if you guys would like to know how I did my tags, feel free to ask, and if I get enough requests. If I get like 2 or more requests, I'll go ahead and do a tutorial on how I did my tags. Ostrich blooms, so pretty. And I stapled that on there. And this is taped on with some washi tape. Another tag and some ephemera. And that's the back of this paper. And that's the finished journal. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask and I will do my best to answer them for you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the journal, or watching the video of the journal. And I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye everyone.